Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Nancy Joseph, aka The Dynamic Doc. Welcome back to my channel. So it's been a little while, but I'm back. Thanks for tuning in. So, picking up where we left off in the last video, we're now in the summer between first and second year of medical school. So I wanted to take the time in this video to talk about kind of things that you can do during that summer, because in fact it is kind of the last structured official summer that you'll have, especially in your medical school career. So the summer between first and second year, there are options. The number one option, of course, is you can take that time for me time, mental relaxation and just relaxation in general. Definitely spend quality time with your loved ones. That's for sure okay. But many individuals feel a little funny about that, because they're just like, should I be doing something to improve my resume, or is there anything I can do to kind of help my future endeavors, which include applying to residency, getting into the certain like rotations of desire, depending on what you want to do when it comes to what kind of residency you want to go to. You want to do these audition rotations, some call it. And so people, some people want to know, well, was there something I can do maybe during that summer? So I'll tell you what I did, and then we'll kind of go from there. So a large part of that summer I took just to like relax and spend time with loved ones, that type of thing. However, I also did two things. Number one, I did this 2-week kind of rotation at in a hospital. It's a different city than where my medical school was, but still in Ohio. And it was a 2-week kind of program, and it provided a stipend. So it was an opportunity where I can get the clinical experience, because there was just kind of like a clinical 2-week type thing where you can get the clinical experience, you get the shadowing, you get all of that. Obviously, that puts you in a position where, if and that one was in family medicine. I ended up going to a different type of residency. Ended up going into pediatrics, but I was considering family at one point, and so that helps, because now you're interacting with those residents, which when and interacting with those attendings and possibly the program director. So it kind of puts you in a place where you're kind of known already, if that's if there's one of those programs in a location that you may be considering. And again, they provide a stipend, so that also helps, because during that summer you're not getting financial aid. So having a program that provides stipend is great. So that's that. So that's what I did for a part of the summer. Another thing I did that was very, very rewarding is I did a mission trip in El Salvador. So I had a great time, and one of my favorite parts was just really the clinical help that we provided to the residents of El Salvador, and it was a very enriching experience, and I would definitely recommend it. I have a strong passion in global health, and just public health at large, and so I would definitely recommend it. It was a very rewarding experience. So those are kind of like a couple examples that you can do. There are individuals who did like a 6-week or something like that research program in our medical school. I believe it was called like Research in Tropical Diseases, and so that's something else you can do during that summer. So that also provides a stipend, I believe. And so those types of programs are things you can do where, it's not going to take your entire summer, but, so you'll still have time to kind of relax, reset and all that. But at the same time, you get experience and you get a stipend, which is great. So those are kind of things you can do in your, the summer between your first and second year. So then when that ended, you're on to your second year of medical school. Now, the second year and the first year of medical school were largely very similar. In our medical school, after second year, is your clinical years, and we had different locations. We call them core sites around the state of Ohio that we could go. So one of the kind of the big topics during our second year was trying to figure out which core site we wanted to go to. We had different kind of teleconferences with the coordinators of each core site, trying to figure out, which one we want to go to. So that was part of the second year. But in general, it was largely organized the same way as I described in a previous video about how the first year was organized. Same clinical experiences, or largely same number. And, and throughout medical school, you want to just make sure that you are engaged in various activities, extracurricular activities and volunteer work and things like that. So that's kind of summer between first and second year and through second year. So after you're done second year of medical school, you'll then jump into your clinical years, and that's your third and fourth year of medical school. So your first and 2 years are basically, kind of basic science and getting the knowledge in. And then your third and fourth year, is like putting that into, more clinical, practice and really seeing that, more. Because you get some of that first and second year, but you see it, definitely more, because that's really most of what your third and fourth year is comprised of. But before we get to third and fourth year, there is a summer between second and third year. That summer is very important because that's usually when your step ones or COMLEX 1 takes place. So stay tuned. The next video, I'll talk about preparation for that exam, because it's a very important exam when we talk about getting into residency. The options as far as preparation tools, resources, and programs for your step 1 or COMLEX 1. So stay tuned for more of my adventures, Dynamic Doc Adventure. And in the meantime, make sure to go ahead and check out my previous videos, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So I'll see you in the next video. Be blessed. Peace.